You wake up with the best intentions. Today, you say, is the day. You'll finally get things done. You sit at your desk, maybe even open that one task you've been avoiding. But then, nothing. Minutes pass. Maybe hours. You reorganize your tabs. You scroll through your phone. You reread your to-do list as if somehow it will act on your behalf. And the worst part? You know exactly what you need to do. You even want to do it. But something invisible pushes back, like trying to walk through water. Heavy. Resistant. Silent. This is not laziness. This is mental resistance. And the harder you push, the stronger it seems to push back. Mental resistance isn't loud. It doesn't scream. It whispers. Softly. In ways you can almost miss. You're not ready. You don't know enough. What if you fail? It hides behind rational thoughts. Maybe I should wait until I have more energy. Maybe I should organize my workspace first. It feels like you're preparing. But really, you're circling. You're orbiting the work. Close enough to feel productive. Far enough to avoid discomfort. Mental resistance is sneaky. It wears the mask of logic, self-care, even perfectionism. But its goal is always the same: protect you from the unknown. Because doing the thing, writing the email, opening the document, pressing submit, means facing uncertainty. You might not succeed. You might feel awkward. Someone might see you trying and judge you for it. And your brain, ever loyal to your survival, says, let's stay safe. Let's delay. Just a little longer. So we plan. We replan. We decorate our intentions with color-coded systems. We chase the feeling of progress, without the risk of motion. And we feel stuck. Not because we're unmotivated. But because we're scared. Here's the truth: you don't need more motivation. You don't need another productivity tool. You need to disarm the fear gently. Not by fighting it, but by moving through it with softness. Mental resistance fades with movement. Not massive, heroic leaps. Just small, grounded steps. Start with 5 minutes. Just 5. That's all you owe the moment. Set a timer. Breathe. Don't commit to finishing, just to starting. Open the tab. Type 1 sentence. Read 1 paragraph. Nothing more. And if you want to stop after that, you can. But most of the time, you won't. Because you've already begun. Action is an antidote to anxiety. Movement breaks the spell of paralysis. It teaches your brain a new truth: this is safe. I can handle this. The hardest part is not the task itself. It's the space before the task, the fog of avoidance, the dread, the pressure we build up in our minds. And that fog clears the moment you step in. You might be thinking, but I've tried this. I've started and still fallen off. Still procrastinated. Still failed. Of course you have. That doesn't mean you're broken. That means you're human. Resistance doesn't disappear overnight. It lessens with consistency. It softens each time you act in spite of it. Think about learning to swim. You don't dive into deep water on day 1. You start by putting your feet in. You learn to float. You learn to trust the water won't swallow you. The same is true for your work, your dreams, your goals. You don't need to master the ocean. Just get used to getting wet. And don't wait for the perfect mood. Moods are weather. They change. What you need is rhythm. A gentle pattern of beginning again. Create rituals that lower the barrier. Light a candle. Put on headphones. Play the same instrumental playlist every time you sit down. Signal to your brain, it's time now. Familiarity breeds calm. Calm invites action. You're not weak because it's hard to start. You're not lazy because you hesitate. You are someone trying to rewrite a deeply rooted pattern, and that's brave. The world tells us we must grind. Hustle. Push through. But real, sustainable change comes from kindness. You don't beat resistance by yelling at yourself. You beat it by walking with yourself. Talk to your resistance like a child who's scared. I see you. I know you're worried. But we're okay. We're just going to do 5 minutes. And slowly, your brain learns that showing up doesn't lead to pain. That trying isn't dangerous. That effort is safe. You start to build evidence. A quiet archive of moments where you chose to act. Moments where you were scared and did it anyway. And with that, something shifts. You begin to trust yourself again. You begin to feel less like a person who avoids, and more like a person who moves. This is not a one-time victory. It's a practice. Some days you'll slip. That's okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Gentle, repeated, imperfect progress. You don't need to be in the mood. You don't need a burst of inspiration. You just need to begin before you're ready. Even if the step is small. Even if the outcome is unclear. Even if the voice in your head still whispers doubts. Because there's another voice too. Quieter. Kinder. It says, I can do this. Maybe not all at once. But one breath at a time. So try. Not to win. Not to impress. Just to begin. Just to gently move forward. And let the movement carry you. You'll find that the wall of resistance wasn't a wall after all. Just a shadow. One that disappears the moment you walk toward it. And if tomorrow it comes back? That's okay too. Just start again. You've done it before. You'll do it again. That's how change is made, quietly, gently, consistently. You don't need to be a machine. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up as you are, with what you have. The resistance may whisper, but now, you know how to answer. Not with force. Not with guilt. But with motion. Slow. Honest. Human. Real. You've already started.